California is going through a drought. In fact, more than 58% of the state is now classified as being in exceptional drought. So we were just there in Napa Valley last week, caught up with Cameron Hughes. He's the founder of Cameron Hughes Wine. Here's what he told me about the wine industry right now.
We've been in drought now effectively 3 years, really, 12, 13, and 14. Three largest harvests in the history of California. Okay, so drought is only now beginning to have an impact, and it's mostly in the South Valley where all the bulk wines come from, where farmers really are short of water. Here, we got late rains. It filled up the ponds. Once you get through the frost season, you don't have to use all that water for frost protection, then that water is great for drip irrigation. There's probably no less water-intensive farming operation than grapes with drip irrigation. So we're worried for next year. We'll see. I think we're supposed to have an average year. Hopefully we'll come through this just fine.
As far as timing, so we're in late September and we know harvest, this is big harvest season, but as far as knowing what the outcome will be for next year, when will you know? Which month do you begin to get a heads up?
You really know in May, once you get through frost season and you see the first fruit set, right? And do you get full bud? And you really don't know until then, because you could have a great fruit set and then April or May get a nasty frost that comes through and decimates a lot. But typically we know that pretty quickly by May we've got a really good idea of what things are looking like.
Who are you seeing want to buy wine? I mean, are you seeing a change in who's buying wine?
We're moving. The baby boomers are still our biggest customers by far. And we're just beginning to learn who our customers are using all the data available on the internet. We've got a solid following. I don't think the wine business has conquered the millennials yet. We're trying really hard. There's a lot of competition there from spirits and beer. But I think that, it's an aspirational lifestyle thing, wine is. And I believe that we've made very good inroads at getting millennials into it. I think all of this can coexist, spirits, wine, and beer.
As far as a wine as an investment, you have this kind of bird's eye view of Napa Valley. What do you see? What would you tell somebody who say, hey, I want to start my own label, or there's some land up for sale, I want to start that?
Getting into the wine business we're talking about?
Yeah.
Unless you have a large amount of capital, most of the people, for instance, that have come to Napa Valley and built fantastic institutions came with a lot of cash. Bill Harlan came with real estate money. Ken Laird came with oil services money. Everybody came with capital. It's an extremely capital-intensive business. Now, if you want to do a negotiation business like mine, get in line, because there's a lot of people that over the last decade in particular, following our business model, that have tried to get into it as well. And unless you have spent years and years and years building the contacts to be the first guy in line to buy X wine from X super high-end winery, then you're going to have to spend a lot of time doing that. It's a hard business to get into. It's capital intensive. Understanding how the three-tier system works of distributing. I export wine to 49 different countries called the United States, right? It's a very challenging business.
Yeah, each state has different laws.
It's all different laws, different distributors. We've had tremendous distributor consolidation. So distributors don't build brands anymore except for the top 10 wine companies. And the rest of us all have to go foxhole to foxhole building our own brand and our own market, and it's a really, really challenging environment.
Cameron, what's your favorite wine?
Oh, Napa Valley Cabernet. Okay. Right, but I'm ADD when it comes to wine. I think it's what makes me good at my job. I love everything. I love the adventure of wine, trying new and different things, and that to me is the whole spirit of of being into wine, is to try all the new and different things.
Cameron, biggest surprise to you in the past 10 years as you've been on this journey?
Oh, that's a great question. The biggest surprise, I don't think I anticipated where our website business would be. I didn't anticipate chwine.com being fully 35–40% of my business, right? When it comes on our bottom line, and that's where that is. I did not anticipate that. When we first started out, I thought it'd be selling wine to Costco forever and ever. And really, I have to give kudos to my wife for that. She's the one that said, we need a website. We need to sell wine online. I was like, it's kind of tough. I don't think you sell it to that many markets. But at the end of the day, that's a pretty amazing thing.